As the end of 2025 approached, Germany was celebrating Christmas and welcoming the new year with fireworks and festive lights. But in one small German city, the holiday arrived in a very different way, with tears and screams echoing in front of the locked doors of a bank. People woke up to discover that a lifetime of savings, money they had put aside penny by penny over 20 or 30 years, had vanished in an instant. At first glance, it looked like a classic heist, the kind we usually see in movies, but this time, the victims were not wealthy elites or shady businessmen. The victims were ordinary people, workers, pensioners, migrants, and that is precisely why the blow was devastating. So what exactly happened at the Sparkasse Bank in the city of Gelsenkirchen? To understand the scale of the disaster, we first need to understand where we are. Gelsenkirchen lies in western Germany. It is not Frankfurt with its banks and skyscrapers, nor Munich with its wealth and luxury. Gelsenkirchen is more like Helwan or El Mahala in Egypt, an old industrial city, once known as the City of 1,000 Fires because of its factories and coal mines. Most of its residents belong to the working class, and many of them are immigrants. The bank that was robbed was a Sparkasse branch, a savings bank, not an investment bank, but a community bank, the kind of bank where grandparents deposit their pensions, where simple workers open accounts to save for their daughter's wedding or their children's future. One customer told journalists that he had been storing his valuables in his safety deposit box for 25 years. Another woman said she had kept gold coins inherited from her mother, who passed away in 1988, along with gold bracelets that had belonged to her grandmother, items she was saving to secure her daughter's future. These are the kinds of stories you hear when a tragedy like this strikes ordinary people. The real shock came when the bank issued a cold, formal statement. It apologized for the theft and confirmed that each safety deposit box was insured for 10,000 euros. 10,000 euros! These were safety deposit boxes, places where people store their most precious belongings, gold, family jewelry, heirlooms accumulated over generations. No one rents a safety deposit box to protect 2,000 euros. For many victims, the loss was far greater. This robbery did not just steal objects, it destroyed lives. People woke up one morning to find their dreams wiped out. In the days leading up to the crime, Gelsenkirchen had been immersed in the usual Christmas atmosphere. Streets were decorated, families were at home, and banks and shops were closed. That calm turned out to be the perfect opportunity. The gang chose the long Christmas weekend carefully. In Germany, everything shuts down from the evening of December 24th until Monday, December 29th. Streets are empty, businesses closed. The criminals had 4 full days, 96 hours, with no security patrols, no customers, no interruptions, food, equipment, time, and complete silence. In the early hours of Monday morning, around 4 a.m., when the city was still wrapped in post-holiday quiet, a loud sound shattered the silence, a fire alarm from the Sparkasse building. When firefighters and police arrived, expecting a blaze, they found no fire at all. Instead, they discovered a massive hole drilled through a reinforced concrete wall. Inside the vault, more than 3,000 safety deposit boxes had been broken open and emptied. The bank later admitted that about 95% of the boxes in that branch had been completely looted. The hole led directly into the basement vault. The wall that had been drilled bordered a public parking garage adjacent to the bank. The thieves entered through the garage and used heavy-duty industrial drilling equipment capable of cutting through concrete and steel. The drilling point was chosen with extreme precision, indicating detailed knowledge of the building's design. The operation must have taken significant time and effort, and it must have made noise. This raised a disturbing question. How did no one hear anything? Why did the acoustic sensors not trigger? Where were the vibration detectors that any respectable bank vault should have? Some customers, after seeing photos of the hole, noted the apparent absence of steel reinforcement bars in the concrete. This fueled public suspicion that the bank may have failed to properly secure its most critical area. Through that gap, the gang accessed the vault without passing through any other part of the bank. They opened more than 3,000 boxes, took everything inside, and vanished. The estimated value of the stolen items quickly became a subject of confusion. Initial police estimates put the loss at 10 million euros. Later figures rose to 30 million, and some reports suggested it could exceed 90 million. The wide range exists because banks don't know what customers keep in their safety deposit boxes. Some stored cash, others gold, jewelry, or important documents. Criminologist Michael Levy explained that the 30 million euro estimate was likely based on insurance coverage, around 10,000 euros per box for approximately 3,000 boxes. But in reality, many customers had stored valuables far more. Each victim must now file a claim, but proving the value of what was lost will be extremely difficult. From the beginning, German police described the operation as highly professional. One police spokesperson compared it to the movie Ocean's 11. Every detail pointed to meticulous planning: the timing, the exploitation of the holiday shutdown, the selection of the weak point in the building, the equipment used, and the precision drilling that avoided cables and pipes that could have triggered alarms. Witnesses reported seeing masked men carrying large bags in the parking garage on Saturday night. Surveillance cameras later captured a getaway car leaving early Monday morning. This led experts to suspect inside help. One criminologist stated that it would be almost impossible to gather this level of detail without assistance from someone with internal knowledge. Police themselves acknowledged that the crime required either extensive insider information or exceptionally high criminal expertise. One fragile lead remained: a black Audi seen on surveillance footage leaving the garage. Inside were several masked individuals, but investigators soon discovered that the license plates were stolen from another car in Hanover, 200 kilometers away, another sign of careful planning. Police appealed to the public for information, but time is not on their side. With every passing hour, stolen goods are sold, melted down, or disappear forever. The car itself may already have been dismantled or repainted. Will they reach the perpetrators before all evidence vanishes, or will the black Audi remain nothing more than a ghost? One of the strongest theories is betrayal from within. Michael Levy emphasized again that executing a crime of this precision requires detailed knowledge: the location of sensors, which systems existed and which didn't, how to bypass them, and exact architectural layouts. Such information is not publicly available. As a result, investigators began focusing on current and former bank employees, as well as security and maintenance companies responsible for installing the systems. Too many questions remain unanswered. Why did no alarms trigger? Why did no cameras record anything suspicious? As one customer put it, "It's deeply unsettling that nothing worked, not a single camera, not a single motion sensor." Other experts suggested a simpler explanation. One of the gang members may have rented a safety deposit box at the same branch, using legitimate access to study the building over time. The possibilities remain open, but the idea that the gang acted blindly seems almost impossible. The Gelsenkirchen bank robbery exposed deadly flaws in a system people believed to be secure. How could a bank in the heart of Germany, one of the world's most advanced countries, be breached so easily? How could a vault wall directly border a public garage without adequate protection? The case has prompted experts to warn customers that safety deposit boxes are merely storage spaces, not insurance policies. It will likely force banks across Europe and perhaps beyond to reassess their security measures, invest heavily in stronger structures, better sensors, and surveillance not just of buildings themselves, but their surroundings. What happened in Germany is a wake-up call. People build walls and fortresses to protect the fragile treasures of this world, yet in a single moment, everything can collapse. No matter how careful, organized, or prepared we think we are, there are no guarantees. In the end, the only true protection is God.